What side? My house closing got pushed off another day. Now my STBX just sent me an email just acting all sweet and stuff like nothing is going on. Then it hit me like a ton of bricks how she is in the arms of another man and after 13 years I mean nothing to her. But a friend she once loved. This hurts so much. I don't want to go home and have to see her face again. Now I have to for another day. Pretending like all is fine while all I want is to plead and beg not to let this all happen. Blah blah blah. I feel like getting drunk right now and breaking things. I don't see how you people with children get through seeing your ex over and over. I just want to hold her, kiss her and take her away with me. I hate myself for thinking like this. I thought I was mostly past it. She wants to know if I want to go to dinner tomorrow night. Just best buddies who were once intimate, so why not? I'm sure she is extremely happy to have this new great guy and be rid of the devoted husband, me, who wants nothing more than to be by her side. Love and protect her and remain faithful to his vows. This hurts so damn much. Someone just put me out of my misery already. We still have not separated yet and are living together. Though the divorce should be final by deck, it's just tough seeing her every day. I still love her deeply and she shows no signs of loving me the same since there is another man in the picture. She of course lies to herself about our past to make her decision easier. But all I can remember is the great moments with her. And with this other guy I'm suffering through some real self-esteem issues. It's just so hard to let go after such a long time. We never really had major issues. I'm days away from moving out for good. I'm going to cut contact with her completely and try and move on. I'm trying not to think about what I'm going to do when I am finally all alone. As much as it hurts to see her every day, I'd lie if I didn't say I'm happy when she pulls into the driveway every night. It's hard to explain. As much as I tell myself it's over and as much as it hurts me, I just want to stay with her and fix everything. I don't want this to end. Not now. Not like this. Her dumping me for another man hurts me a lot. I end up asking what is wrong with me. Am I ugly, boring, etc.? I should know better, but I can't help myself. I'm really about to lose it. The closing was supposed to be today on my house, after they have already pushed it back from yesterday. Now about 2 hours before the closing time my banker tells my realtor I need to get the windows caulked. Are you kidding me? I so much want to call him and give him a piece of my mind. I've already rescheduled so many things and now we'll have to do it again. The realtor said the banker dropped the ball on this. Nice. Like I need all of this now. It's like my life is in limbo with all my things in boxes gathering dust. Well, just got the call. Now the closing is tomorrow. Just want to move on with my life. Now I'll have more time to live with the soon-to-be legally ex-wife. I love calling appliance deliverers, TV installers multiple times to reschedule delivery. Goes hand in hand with calling my friend again and asking if he can help me move yet another day. Oh joy, they managed to get everything ready and I closed yesterday about 5. Was moving stuff till about 1 a.m. Then today I ate some breakfast and moved from 8 a.m. till a few minutes ago nonstop, 9 p.m. Skipped lunch and picked up a burger on my way home. Needless to say, I'm dead tired. But happy to say I'm laying here in my bed in my new house typing this while my dogs are snacking on some treats. Got upset a few times while moving, but now I'm too tired to feel anything but my whole body aching. Ouch, I can barely walk. Almost done with only a few more boxes left. Still have to pick up some more stuff from the STBX home. Was tough today going back and seeing the place so empty. Hopefully I won't have to do it many more times. Have a few more things to get. Then I'm cutting contact. It drives me crazy how she acts so nice and normal like we are just best friends after she broke up our marriage, betrayed me and drove up a mountain of debt. New place is starting to look like a home now, though I need to buy some more furniture to fill the place up some. Not to mention tons of little things I need. Luckily, I've been so busy it's kept my mind off things for the most part. Wife texted me she wanted the key and garage opener back today, which kind of stung. Instead of responding, I drove over there while she was at work and placed them both on the kitchen counter, closed the garage door and ducked under it. Also had to take the puppies to their new vet this morning. I'm such a wuss when it comes to those guys. Hate leaving them anywhere. Other than that, I still have 2 things to move then I'm done. One was a huge 75-gallon saltwater aquarium which I just gave away to someone instead of moving it. Just have to meet the guy this next weekend so he can grab it. The other thing is an antique car which I will need a flatbed truck for. The sooner I get those the better. Then I don't have to contact the STBX anymore ever. I've still been running around like crazy trying to get stuff done. But sometimes at night I just get lonely. I guess that is to be expected. I need to get back to shopping for stuff I need. With work, trying to get back to my exercise routine, dinner and walking my dogs, I don't really have the time. So, I suppose I'll have to do what I can during the weekends. My STBX's dad got her a ton of new furniture and our house looks so great now. I imagine it's exciting and fresh for her. Doesn't seem like she misses me at all in the new furniture and look probably helps persuade her she made the right decision. I guess I wanted her to be miserable and miss me. I suppose I'm the only one heartbroken in this relationship. I wonder if her boyfriend is already waiting to move in so they can start their new life together. I was cleaning up my file cabinet last night and found where I had cut out the newspaper clipping of our marriage. Really caused me to break down. Between these fleeting moments of loneliness and feeling of loss, for the most part I've kept so busy and haven't been depressed. Really feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick here. She has all new furniture while my house is pretty empty with only a few pieces of some old junk furniture. On top of that, I still have to help her pay off a credit card she promised years ago was torn up. So, on top of trying to just get the little day-to-day things I need to live, I have to pay her money for that stupid card she drove up. Been thinking about just saying screw it and getting financing for some new furniture. I have always been very responsible financially. Don't even have credit cards because I always would just pay for something out and out. But now I'm thinking, what has being responsible got me? Had I been out blowing money like she would now be paying half my debt. I think maybe I want some nice new furniture for a variety of reasons. Some good, some maybe bad, to help fill out my new house and make me feel better. But also maybe inside I despise that her stuff is nicer than mine now, or I'm thinking buying new stuff will make me happy and really won't. Found out today she still hasn't moved the bills to her account, so I just paid her water and electric bill through automatic withdrawal. Wrote a long nasty email to her but decided not to send it. Instead, just told her what was up and I'm waiting for a response. Also, I remember reading someone's thread here, but I did that waking up in the middle of the night after dreaming about the wife thing. I really need to move on. However, while I'm refraining from drinking for fear it will become a crutch for how I'm feeling, I also don't want to drive myself into debt buying a bunch of stuff in hopes it will make me feel better. Any of that makes sense, or am I rambling? Everything just seems so overwhelming right now. Being in a strange place, strange drive to work, going home to a mostly empty house. All the familiarity of simple things like going to the same grocery store is lost. Then she will send me an email like yesterday followed by "Hope you and the puppies are doing okay." No, we are not doing okay. Thanks for ruining my life and making me start over at this age. Hope you're happy with your new home, furniture and lover. You are selfish, alcoholic, backstabbing, sorry excuse for a human being. And no, I did not send that. But this all just makes me so angry and upset sometimes, and other times I'm just extremely sad. I didn't want a new life and I don't want any other women, even after all she has done. Just not feeling the optimism today. All the stress of moving, buying a new house, being uprooted from my life and being alone is hitting me like a lead brick right now. How after so long a time can I mean nothing to this woman? I feel so insecure and worthless right now. Luckily in a week and a half I'll be off all Thanksgiving week, though that may be a bad thing. I have no friends that aren't hers, and will have nothing to do. I feel so insecure right now, as if no one would ever want me. The urge to just go this weekend and buy all the furniture I want is overwhelming, as is the urge to go home and open a bottle of wine. While I do have a full rack of wine, I still don't have any wine glasses. I will not drink it from a plastic cup. I'm afraid it will be a long time before I can put myself out there. Right now, I want someone and I don't want someone. Does that make sense? Plus, I'm having serious self-confidence issues right now, probably due to being abandoned. I've been so busy with the house and still have a ton to do. About the only room complete is the master bathroom. I guess I could just sit in there in the tub all day, night, and blank the rest of the house out of my mind. Painting classes sound cool. Always wanted to paint. I know we have a Viking Range store that gives cooking classes. That might be nice. However, a lot of that will have to wait. Right now, I need to finish decorating and furnishing my house, pay off that credit card so I no longer have to deal with the ex, and rebuild my emergency fund I've depleted since this whole thing started. Frankly though, I'm terrified of the opposite gender right now. I figure I should just work on enjoying life and not needing a relationship. If someday I happen to meet a nice woman, then great. Perhaps after a while I will change my opinion on the matter and seek out someone. I want someone right now, but I'm terrified of trying, and I know I just want someone to focus all this loss of love on, which would likely end badly. I keep telling myself I don't need anyone to be happy, even if I still don't completely believe it. I don't have to have someone and should focus on making myself happy first. When really, I just want to find someone to be with, if even just physically. But I know I would so easily get attached right now. I do not want to rebound. I also never thought my wife would ever do this, but she seemed to change overnight to someone I really don't recognize. It's scary you can devote all that time, effort and love into someone for well over a decade to have them reverse course and decide they no longer like you or want something else, as if everything said between each other for so many years meant nothing. Makes me feel we never truly can find a soulmate and will always be alone. It will be hard, nigh impossible, to have another close relationship and open your heart to someone, always being in fear that the slightest mistake or misjudgment could lead you back into this well of pain and sorrow. I hate myself for saying this, but I sure do miss my wife. Been trying to keep busy, just have a hard time beating the loneliness, and thinking about her, where she is, what she is doing. Do I even come into her mind at all? Felt like drinking last night and it just made things worse. Not sure what I'm going to do all Thanksgiving week. Off all week and I can do only so many projects before I'm broke. Been blowing through my money like a crack addict with a bank account, buying stuff for one project after another, trying to fill the void of my lost life and love. Can't even watch TV. Just can't concentrate on anything without my mind drifting back to my wife. I go walking with the dogs and every house has a truck and car in the driveway. Husband and wife or girlfriend and boyfriend. Just makes me sad. Wife feels I didn't do enough or take her out enough. Even though I could point out tons of things I did for her weekly and tons of things we did together. All the little day-to-day acts of love were as if they never happened. She would go out and never tell me how much it meant for me to go with her. She usually would say I'm going out with the girls, so I assumed she wanted some space. And none of the times I asked her to do something with me and she refused seemed to matter. She would always hug me and tell me she loves me and thanks for not being upset I'm going out. You're such a great guy. Right up till she decided I no longer mattered anymore. It's also confusing. I know I need to find more things to do with myself. I spent all weekend cleaning and doing house projects, but in between tasks was miserable. My thoughts always seem to go back to her. All I can see is her face and all the times she would kiss me and tell me she loved me so much. I just wanted to drive home and go hug her so badly. Then at the store I run into her brother. He said he was sorry for what happened with his sister and that she said I was taking it pretty hard. That immediately made me think she isn't taking it hard at all. 13 years together and I don't mean anything to her anymore. Really depressing. I was with my puppies and realized that is what love is. No matter how many times they chew up something expensive or mess up the rug or floor, I will never leave them or abandon them. Because I love them, flaws and all. I'm not one day going to decide I don't like brown and black puppies and take them to the pound. I'm not going to decide I prefer a poodle or bulldog and leave them by the roadside. It's sad we treat animals better than people. I'm reading all of these self-help books and can see where I could improve myself and where I could have been a better man. Though it makes me sad as I read them because I keep wishing I had read them earlier. I wanted to seek help. I wanted counseling. I wanted to do whatever I could to make it work. My wife was my life. I really don't have any friends that either weren't hers or I'd want to be anywhere around. I have a few older friends I knew before, but they are all pretty bad people in the sense they would get me into trouble. I looked around my area for some of those meetup groups but could find none I'd associate with. There was only about 4 listed. One of them is an atheist group. Oh, joy sounds like a blast. I think eventually I will take some classes of some sort. I was thinking maybe cooking, guitar and painting. Or I could go out of my comfort zone and try dancing maybe or find some other aerobic activity. I also want to join a gym. I have exercise equipment at home and have always used those, but figure getting out might be good. Right now, I've been so swamped with trying to get everything I need, both small items and furniture and stuff to fill out my new house. Since Sept I've probably spent 15 grand for the divorce, house and everything I've needed so far. Then the fact my poor puppies I still house in a crate when I'm at work and feel like I need to rush home every day to let them out and play with them. They have become my life. I need a puppy sitter, preferably a puppy maid who dresses in one of those French maid outfits. What in the world am I going to do all next week? Off all week and not one thing to do. I thought about going out to a nice restaurant but feel weird sitting by myself. I'll spend a lot of time walking my dogs. Other than that, I'm at a loss. The only thing I feel like doing is drinking a lot, and I know that's not healthy for me at this point in time. One other thing I've thought of doing was going furniture shopping, but I'm not much of a shopper. I'll find something I like immediately, then end up spending a bunch of money I don't need to on it. It may make me happy for a couple of days at the most. I'm just so lonely right now and miss my wife. She doesn't text me or anything, so I guess the feeling is not mutual. I hate going through these ups and downs. Last night I was just lying there with my eyes closed, imagining myself at home again. Even though this is my new home, it still feels like a stranger's place. I need a hug and some companionship. I know I need to learn to be happy by myself, but I'm not sure I can do it. I have no friends here. I've got some movies I can watch. Matter of fact, I used to order a lot and haven't watched any in months. So, I have a few unopened. I also am reading a few books. Both keep me entertained for a short while before I have to stop the movie or put down the book because I can't concentrate of either. Sometimes I just want to give up. If it wasn't for my 2 adorable puppies, I don't know what I would have done by now. Probably just self-destruct, blow all my money and strand myself in a third world country or island paradise. I thought about just flying somewhere like to London or somewhere warm like Hawaii, but can't bear to leave my puppies at this time. I'm just confused. I may just wait it out and go to London next year and just go from one pub to the next for a week. If you can't tell, I'm in a down period right now. Sometimes I feel okay. Maybe not terribly happy, but at least not completely down like now. I live in the deep south, originally from Sacramento but lived a few years in St. Louis before ending up here. I think I'll just get drunk and play my guitars till my fingers bleed. I'm not sure I need professional help. Maybe I do, and I would probably just abuse the pills. Not a big fan of taking any pills to begin with. I'm just lonely and lost without my wife and all our friends. I feel paralyzed to getting out there and meeting people and really not sure how to start. This whole thing has really hurt my self-esteem. It's also made me question if I ever even want to date again. Relationships are too complicated. Why can't people just love each other for who they are and not play these games? I could just as easily become a hermit and stick to myself, fixing up my house and doing projects. I'm just so confused right now. I had such great plans at the beginning of this year. Then my wife decided to go out all year 4 to 5 nights a week all night long partying, and her sneaking off to have secret conversations with her boyfriend, leaving me frantically trying to figure out what was going on. Then her stringing me along by telling me everything was fine whenever confronted. Always it's not you, it's me. I love you more than anything and never want to lose you. And just in a rut, etc. All of that drove me a little crazy. Plus, in Feb I had to put my dog of 14 years down because his kidneys and liver were failing. He died in my arms and that was traumatic for me. Still brings tears to my eyes just typing this. This is why I now have 2 puppies which I got in April hoping they would cheer me up. Which they did. I went to get one, but his brother was the runt of the litter and the last one left. He's a little small and fat. I couldn't bear to leave him and split them up. And finally, all that has happened in these last 2 months. Being told by the person I loved deeply I'm no longer loved. Divorced, the stress of finding a new home and moving from my home of 10 years. It's all just so much to stomach for me. I guess I'm just a weak person. It hurts that I'm not even missed. Not one text or anything from my wife. She's probably moved on with this other guy who I guess is better looking, more attractive to her. Obviously, I'm slow at figuring out women and relationships. Had I read all of these books months ago, I probably could have saved my marriage. Things are going okay. Then just fixing things at the house and trying to come up with decorative and furnishing ideas. Just trying to stay busy. Besides that, I've walked the dogs a lot and spent a lot of times out back with them. Just laying back tonight watching some TV with them passed out in my lap. Finally got me some crystal wine glasses, so I'm driving them crazy rubbing my finger around the rim. Only a few times have I got really sad or just felt that empty feeling. Usually when I get overtired late at night. It's especially bad sometimes when I wake up at night or in the morning. I try and brush it off when I get sad like that. Sometimes I'm more successful than others. I moved into my house during a week and spent my first weekend in my house. That Sunday my wife said she needed the keys and garage opener. No problem, I put them in the house, even though it kind of upset me because it was so soon and seemed cold. Fast forward to Thanksgiving week. She said she was going somewhere all week with her dad. I drive by the house on Monday and notice the garage door open. There's a lot of expensive stuff in there, so I texted her. Said I thought you were gone all week, you left the garage door open, thinking she would want me to close it. Never heard from her all week until today. So since October 31st when I got the house I've been texted only twice now, and ignored this last week and a half. Now she is asking me to come get my car this weekend in the garage and a few other things I left with the car. She said, please respond. Now I don't mind getting it. Would rather have done it Thanksgiving week. My question is, do I immediately respond or leave her guessing a while? What exactly should I say? Just sure or what? I was thinking about leaving her guessing for a while. I didn't care if I got the car Thanksgiving week. It's the fact she ignored me all week. I know why. I think she lied about leaving with her dad and was shacked up all week with the OM and didn't want me coming around. I asked what my response should be because frankly her text was so matter-of-fact and cold it left me feeling unsure and sad. After all of these years together it's still hard to accept I mean absolutely nothing to her now. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I made the proper response because I wasn't thinking straight. Then again, I guess I was because what I texted back. I had planned on texting anyway. Puppies are doing fine. They are my number 1 priority. If I even do start dating again, she will always be number 2. Went home today to wait on some furniture to be delivered so they got to play outside all day. Or at least for the 4 to 5 hours I was there. They were very happy campers. Got my car and the rest of my stuff. Now I don't have to ever see her again. Sitting out back playing guitar getting drunk again. I know it's not the best way to handle it, but what can I say, I'm weak? I guess. Just don't understand. I loved her so much. Another week and a half and I'll be off till January 7th. Going to be hard to keep busy for that long. If I hadn't spent so much on the house and all the junk I've been buying, I might have contemplated going on a vacation somewhere for Christmas like London, Paris or somewhere warmer. Then again, I don't want to miss my puppy's first Christmas or leave them alone. Maybe I can find a condo in the Florida that allows dogs. Then they could run up and down the beach. That's an idea. Or maybe take the train to New Orleans for Christmas Eve or day. Love taking the train, it comes highly recommended. Buy the nicer cabin and get hammered all the way down there. Just woke up and did the usual routine to get ready to go to work. Locked my poor puppies in the kitchen, even though the fat one keeps climbing over the gate. Then just had the usual random thoughts, missing my ex and wishing I could go back. It's fixing to storm today and dreary outside, so maybe that adds to it. I just can't get a firm handle on everything. I still wish I could call her or talk to her and fix things. I got quite a few emails from people on my dating profile I made, even though I meant to disable it. I mailed a few back, but I can't help comparing them to my ex and it just makes me miss her. Then I'm terrified to actually meet any of these women, but I don't want to hurt their feelings or string them along. I told them all the same thing. that I think I put my profile up too early after my divorce and it wouldn't be fair to them or me to actually start any kind of relationship. Partly true, but partly a cop-out so I don't have to meet any of them. But I am lonely. I went out again with my brother, his wife and sister and her husband, and another couple to a club last Friday. I try and go out and have a good time, but then end up depressed the rest of the weekend. Just sat around drinking beer, listening to the band, trying to maintain a smile, looking around and seeing all these loving couples having a good time. Either all the women were overly hot and with their boyfriends or too young, or they looked like they just escaped from the local zoo's deformed ape experiment. Either way, none of them paid any attention to me and I don't have the confidence to walk up to any of them. Just made me upset the rest of the weekend and I stayed at home. I think I've had it going out. I mostly want to just shut out the world and live out the remaining time I have left with my dogs and me. But a part of me wants someone to love. I think the new house, projects and everything being fresh helped for a while, but now it's getting old. All I do is work out, walk dogs, play guitar and read books, besides the usual house chores and cooking. The only thing keeping me anchored is my dogs who mean the world to me. I'm not sure how to move on from here. I know I'll probably feel a little better here and there, but I keep thinking about her and it's painful when I do. I'm going to go pick up a necklace of mine from my ex today at around 11 a.m. Will be the first time I've seen her since Nov. I just want to grab her in my arms and kiss her. There is so much I want to say as well. I know I shouldn't do any of it. This just doesn't get easier. I miss her and love her so much. I want that opportunity to fix everything, but it's not there. Things haven't been getting better for me. They seem to get worse. When I was married and with her, just getting a day off made me happy. Now it seems nothing I do or buy makes me truly happy like then. Lately not a day goes by where I don't see her face in my mind, miss her and cry. Yesterday I was so upset I became literally sick to my stomach. Here's how it went. She said I looked good. I hope it wasn't too obvious how nice I made myself look. I told her she looked nice too, shaking my head. Then she asked how I was doing. I said fine, but I think I hesitated just a little. Then she asked about the dogs and I said they were fine too. She handed me my necklace and said she tried to clean it some. I said okay, thanks and then bye. Though I couldn't help but stare straight into her eyes, I guess looking for any sign. I tried to smile the whole time and act cool and dispassionate. Not sure I aced it, but I didn't cry or tear up or anything. My instinct tells me she's happy with her new life and man and is through with me. I guess I need to find some way to work on my self-esteem and knock that pedestal down that I've placed her on. I'd be lying though if I didn't say I want nothing more than to be back with her and have a chance to fix things. I guess I need to give up and find something to pass the time and help me move on. I hope her new boyfriend gives her herpes or something, or better yet cheats on her and dumps her. I guess above all else I wanted her to at least text or call me to show I meant something to her after all that time. This whole relationship and love thing sucks. Why can't we just love each other without it being so complicated? I've been talking with a few women I met on dating sites and that seems to keep me occupied. But I have no intention of actually dating them, so I'm worried because I don't want to hurt their feelings. I've told 2 of them I wasn't ready to date already, but I think I wouldn't mind meeting them and just going out. None of them hold a candle to my ex. I think I'm still suffering very low esteem and have a hard time gauging where I fit and what types of women would even be interested in me. Though these women seem nice and it's nice to have someone to chat with. I came across my old house online for sale. Fixed up, looking great. My puppy's wonderful backyard. The house in a perfect location. I love that house and seeing it being sold really has made me sad. Tied to that house were all my dreams and aspirations. It's selling for about $60,000 more than it was bought for, which should bring my ex a nice reward. Meanwhile, I'm 6 months into a 30-year loan in a house I don't terribly love. Way out from everyone I know. I wanted to keep that house, but my ex proclaimed how she could not afford anything else and I could. She refinanced to 700 monthly payments and now 6 months later selling my home. I'm really not sure why it upsets me so much. I just was so fond of that house that I picked out. Moved into it with so many hopes and dreams. Fresh newlyweds with our whole lives together before us. A year before the divorce we had fixed up the place a bunch with the intention of selling it and getting our dream home. Now I assume she is going to either move in with the OM or they will get that dream home that I will never be able to afford in the time I have left. I'm doing okay. Kind of got myself into a relationship of sorts which keeps me occupied. Still think of the ex every once in a while, but not near as much. Still hurts when I do though. Other than that, I'm just doing the day-to-day stuff. Basically, met someone and I'm having a physical relationship with her at this point. It's all new to me, but I'm not complaining. Hate to kiss and tell, but there you have it. Update. Well, the year started off well. I'm still seeing the same women and incredibly happy with her, and everything else has been well. Recently though, she was diagnosed with cancer, which scares the hell out of me. Trying to maintain a happy composure and hope for the best. But I lost my dad to the disease in October. So needless to say, I'm a little on edge about the whole thing and incredibly worried. Other than that, I've been fine. Think about the ex every once in a while, but it doesn't bother me as it once did. Just worried about the future and trying my best to push any negative thoughts away. My puppies are doing great and as happy as ever. She's waiting for a biopsy to be performed and it's not until December. Until then we won't know how bad it is. My comment. Just wanted a less drama-focused story for today. Hope you guys are enjoying the recent story. For this OP, although he still misses his wife, he is slowly adapting his new life. I know some people think some guys just do a 180 right away. Sometimes it just takes time. Hope you guys like this one and I am preparing a longer story soon.